The last of approximately 48 hours have been rather stressful for me because I sent a package to Ghana. I actually sent my assistant my old phone. My phone is 4 years old, which and in very good shape. Nothing wrong with it. But I bought a phone 2 years ago, and because my phone was so great, I decided I'm not gonna use the new phone because I really like this. But it's been sitting there, the new phone, for 2 years. So I decided my assistant, he has a phone that keeps freezing, and he has so many issues. He's trying to do this work for me, and he's having so many. It's. I would like him to have better stuff to work with, and the phone would be adequate. The phone would be very helpful. So I decided I will send him the phone. And this is what I did. And I used DHL because DHL, I've had experiences with the others, and I had a disastrous experience with FedEx. But the problem with FedEx was the driver. It wasn't the company itself, and maybe it's the company by extension because perhaps they are working under certain conditions that may have caused the problems I faced. Like I ordered a composter, and the composter was delivered to another city, another town, and it didn't make any sense to me. And it was sent back, and all kinds of nonsense. Well, by the time I got this composter, it was delivered to me by my neighbor who lives 4 doors up the street. They took it to me, and it had been in the rain, and it showed. Luckily, it was a composter, so it was okay. But that was going through FedEx, and the customer service was great. And they even sent me a brand new one. I said, actually, no. I opened it. It's fine. It was rained on, but that's fine. I'm not gonna demand a new one, and it's okay. It's okay. So the FedEx drivers, maybe you guys have to pay, maybe FedEx has to pay the drivers better. Maybe they have to, I don't know if it's something about the time they have to deliver packages in a timely manner, and that means they're being rushed. I don't know what it is, but FedEx, y'all need to work on this stuff with your drivers, because for the driver to then take it up the street and not to my number, but it didn't make any sense. So that's pretty shabby. So that's why I was dealing with DHL, because I dealt with them in the past. They are very expensive, mind you, but because everybody was happy, they received their packages and in relatively, I think, good time, considering what they told me would be the time the people received their packages. It's kind of a little tricky with Africa, but through the same company, I sent to the US, and it was on a Tuesday, and the people in the US received the package on Friday. So it only took 3 days to arrive in the US. The same time I sent the package to Ghana, and here's where the problem starts. The owner of the shop, it says UPS, it's a UPS location, but the stuff I send to Ghana, he always sends it by DHL. So I guess he's vending both. I don't know how that's working out, because I thought I was going to UPS. Next thing I know, I'm sending stuff through DHL from that same location. So there's that. And then he charges me like exorbitant. Like first he says $200, and then he tried to say 250, and I said that's ridiculous, right? God, give me a break, because how do we value the phone? The phone was valued as $40 because I've had it for 4 years, and I don't know what I'm. This is a good phone, and I believe it's worth more, but that's how the market is. So, and also it was a refurbished phone. It had not been a new phone. So, okay, fine. So we have this phone, and by now it's like it's valued now by this man at $40. He's charging me, this Russian guy, he's charging me, after I said $250, you're out of your mind, he says, okay, 200, but he still couldn't leave it at that. By the time we go and he, does all the, the work, he put the stuff, the texting on there and all the details. Then he's like, it's $220. So he charged another $20. So I'm sending what is supposed to be a $40 phone and he wants, and I put in the phone, I put two $20 bills, right? And the reason I did that is because I know how much these black guys all over the world are struggling, okay? They are having a hard time. That's why many of them are resorting to scamming, because they have skills, they have talents, they have abilities, they can do things, but they are not having opportunities. So they are making opportunities, and unfortunately, the opportunities, their choices are just base, right? They're choosing to do wrong. They're choosing to be bad. And I can't agree with that, which is why I try to help these guys. When I find them on a case-by-case basis, individually, you know, you need some bit of money. I have a little bit of money, and I need this help. I need assistance. I need you to help me with my online stuff. And that's a simple thing, transaction. And it's as though the banking system and the shippers between these ones and all the corporate conglomerates, they are all just, I feel like, impeding my flow. Because I was told on Tuesday that the phone would arrive, it would arrive by next Monday. From the Tuesday to Monday next week, it will be there. Today is Friday. Today is Friday you know what I mean? And he just got the phone. Because I had a whole heap of shit to say, because I listened to people made videos about DHL and their experiences with DHL. So what's happening is like extortion, okay? It's extortion. Because after I paid 220 Canadian dollars to send a phone to Ghana to help a Ghanaian, to help him, and he helps me, because that's the way we ought to be in the world. But they don't want us with any unification, any harmonious relations. They just want us to hate each other and get the better of the other. So that's what's happening. The vendor in Ghana, I don't know how much he's getting paid, but he feels a need to extort money from the person receiving what is supposed to be a gift. The guy has a phone that freezes. He has a hard time doing the work he can get a little money for. So I send him a phone. And for you to extort money. So you want 253 CDs. That is approximately 26 Canadian dollars. I said, okay, it's okay. You pay somebody and you get your phone, right? Because I put money in there for you in the event of some bullshit like this, right? And then you can get a little bit of airtime. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but I've already paid a lot of money, hell, to send it to this guy who is really wanting his phone. He's expecting his phone for him to be, come on, man. You Ghanaians, you're starting to be like Nigerians. When I like that. So he paid, right? They demanded the money. They said, you won't get the phone if you don't pay. So he paid. He borrowed money to pay, right? They're supposed to deliver it. They're not delivering it. They go by. He calls. And they try to demand more money from him. They ask for more money. And that's where I just lost it. I said, you know what? I'm going to do a recording about this. That's all I can do. Because I called DHL here. And they seemed to, they pretended that they were all interested in doing an investigation, conducting an investigation. I'm going to take all the information and blah, 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 blah. It was bullshit. It was just like a pacification. Just here, stick that in the baby's mouth. Let them shut up and suck on it. Suck on this. Suck on this, bitch. That's pretty much what she said, but she was very polite. Oh, we may be recording the conversation for blah, blah, blah reasons. More bullshit. Who cares? Because for you to come back after how many hours, you say, we'll be back in several hours to inform you of what is this, blah, 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 blah. And she comes back only to say, well, okay, there's nothing we can do. You'll have to go to the store where you conduct, you did the transaction. And then so I'm calling the store meanwhile, right? Because it's quite a distance from where I am. I had to pay Uber to get there, and it was not close, right? So I called the location. First thing in the morning, I call throughout the day, I call at the end of the day. It just goes to voicemail, but the mailbox is always full. It rings, goes to voice mailbox full. I can't leave a message and I can't talk to anyone. And I find that if you're dealing with a corporation these days, that's the way it seems to go. You see? You have to find ways to get in through the back door to be able to talk to someone. If you want to talk to someone, it's very difficult in these times. They have it all automated. I want to talk to someone. Automation not working for me. I am an old bitch. I'm old. Okay, I need to talk to someone. And I don't get to talk to someone. So I was going to tell the story, and I'm happy that it has a good ending. The guy has the phone. I said to him, you know what? You don't have to start to work right now. I want you to go and, play with this phone and get to know it. You're going to love this phone. Okay? So I'm saying that to say how, African people, how they just, everybody just F's us, And I say African people, indigenous, it don't matter. I don't care. If it was someone from another place, I would be as passionate because that's the way I am, right? But to let the guy suffer like that, to squeeze the last little bit of money from him, and he, so he can receive a gift. So you, person in Ghana who's operating a business, are you not doing well enough that you feel you have to extort money from people who are receiving gifts from overseas? It was not a brand new phone. It's a used phone. I made sure I even gave the case because the case looked, you could tell by the case that this phone was used. I used the hell out of that phone. But the phone never had a cracked screen. The phone never broke because I take care of things. Because I take care of things so that I can give to someone else and I can know that they will be happy to have it. Okay? I don't believe in just, it has to be, I'm practical. I'm a practical-minded person. And like I said, I had a brand new phone, quite an upgrade. But now that I have the upgrade, after I finally decided to use it 2 years later, I'm finding I prefer my old phone. I really prefer my old phone. So don't knock the old. I love the old, and I'm the old. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. It's all good. I'm Domina Della Pie, Mistress Sasha Stone. So my experience with DHL was, once again, I will say, let me rate it. Okay. So he told me that it would arrive on the Monday, and that was on a Tuesday. He said, okay, it will be there on Monday. Your person can pick up. It will be delivered, right? But it wasn't delivered on Monday. And it wasn't delivered on Tuesday. So he called them and they said, well, he has to pay that amount of money. That's on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, it still wasn't delivered. And he called again and they said they have to keep it for 48 hours. And they try to get more money from him. And that's when I was kicking it up and saying, hey, this, I got to get involved in that. And I asked for the number. I was going to call directly to Ghana to ask them, hey, what the hell's going on? Because perhaps Canada will have to stop doing business with you if that's the way you are going to be. But I also start to listen. And, everywhere you go now in the world, they've made it so that people are so desperate that they're trying to squeeze money out of everywhere they can, just as they at the top keep squeezing us. And somewhere along the way, someone has to stand and say, this is not okay. It's not okay for you to take advantage of others, especially people you can tell are less fortunate. The guy could not afford to get a new phone. He was using a phone that freezes all the time on him. Okay? So I tried to make his life a little better. And who is trying to make his life worse? Well, first is the Russian guy. The Russian guy who's demanding $220 to send a $40 phone to Ghana, knowing that the people don't have. Right? So the Russian is an asshole. Pardon my French. And everybody knows it's true. I've dealt with Russians, okay? And most of them are. But I've dealt with Russians that are pretty cool people. You see? Just like every other group. So, don't stop people from speaking. From their own experiences. Anyway, DHL, I'm going to give them a rating. Haha, yes! I'm rating DHL. I called it at some point DHL. I was in DHL briefly. When I was, the back and forth to Ghana, asking the guy for more money after you've already paid for something that was already paid. All the taxes, all the custom shit was paid from my end. I paid a lot. Okay? And the money I put in there for him, the little 40 Canadian dollars, is for him to buy some airtime so he can do my work. Okay, so I'm happy. I give thanks and praise to the Most High. I give thanks and praise to Source, because my life must not have all these upheavals and all these blockages and all this bullshit along the way. Because I did what I was supposed to do, which was pay 220 Canadian dollars so that they can deliver to Ghana, and the guy can, let's stop effing with people. Stop it. And DHL, if you're not paying the Jamaican, the Ghanaian or whomever, let's say wherever you're sending shit to, give them some more money. You charge me $220. Okay, Russian pig, keep the $200 and let the Ghanaian guy have that 20, okay? So he don't have to extort it from his fellow Ghanaian. Oi! Thank you for listening. Good day. I'm Domina Della, PIE. Mistress Sasha Storm.